Hey, this is Chantell Zenon, and you're watching Louisiana on Fire.
What's up, Louisiana? I'm Tim Davis, and you're watching another episode of Louisiana on Fire. And today we have Miss Chantell Zenon with her. We're at her home today, beautiful home at that.
Thank you.
So we want to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to feel at home and
Yes.
everything over here. So thank you. It's a beautiful day. Before I forget, I want to shout out all the mothers out there. Yesterday was Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
To my wife, to my mom, and everybody else, my in-laws. So happy Mother's Day to you ladies. Appreciate
Happy
y'all.
Mother's Day.
Yeah. So Miss Chantell, we are here today. It's a little rainy,
Right.
but it's still pretty. It's beautiful and
Right.
everything. But we're gonna get right into it. Well, first, because look, she is a great author. So we have this book here, right? It's Just Hair. She is the author of this book. She is the author of a new book called It's Just Shoes. Some don't have the option to choose. So we got some rhyming going on over there. So this first book right here, this was a gift given to my daughter by a friend of ours, Bailey. Thank you, Bailey, for this. And we're going to get Miss Chantell to sign this for my babies here. So we
Absolutely.
got this here. So it's a beautiful book. My daughter Braxton loves it. And we're going to have this one as well that they're going to read as well. So let's get into this. We're going to get into the books.
Okay.
Let's get into where you from.
Okay.
Where are you from? Tell us about
I'm
yourself.
from Lafayette, Louisiana, the north side of town.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have to make that known.
Please, because my family from the north side. I was going to ask.
Yes,
I was
from
gonna
north
ask.
side. I went to LJ Alamo for middle school
Yeah.
and then high school, Northside High.
You was a Viking.
Then I went to UL after that and
Come on.
graduated from UL.
Let me go back. So you was a north side Viking.
Yes.
I was a Carencro Bear.
Oh,
So,
robbery.
but I was living off. My parents still off of Mall Street.
Okay,
So
yes.
technically, I was zoned for Northside when we moved there, but we moved there like my junior year or something. So I was able to stay somehow. But
Right.
that was years ago. I graduated, 2003. So it's been
Okay.
a while. So I think some things have changed. But you're a Northside Viking.
Yes, I'm a Viking.
So what were you? Well, let's go back a little bit. So tell us what kind of kid you were. Like a young lady before you got to high school.
Okay, so growing up, I did a lot of dancing, playing soccer. My parents had me involved. Also, my parents are very involved in the community,
Yeah.
so I would go to a lot of community events. My dad's a Kappa, my mom. She's in various organizations that we were just exposed to people in the
Right.
community at a young age. So.
Right.
Growing up, I was just a bubbly kid running around with my hair all over the place,
Yeah.
like just happy. And growing into myself, like learning myself, I had to go through a lot of bumps along the way to really discover like self-love. But
I
it took
got
a
you.
little while to get there.
But look, I don't want to pry too much.
Yeah.
So at that time, what kind of things were you going through at that young age to where you had? Because I know for me too, I had to
Yes.
go through some things. I always say you go through some stuff to realize
Right.
some stuff.
So, you're young. So as a young girl, I would compare myself like sometimes to people, like if my hair wasn't right, I was just heavy on making sure my appearance was right. So
Presentation.
yeah, my presentation. So I was a little insecure, but then when I got to Northside is when the confidence boosted up big time. Just because I was involved in a lot of activities that helped bring that out. I was a part of Northside High School drill squad.
Come
I was
on.
a part of the dance team.
Yeah.
Just volleyball, just involved, and it just pulled me out of my shell. Miss Kadra Ellis was our coach.
Okay.
Yes.
What? So you was in everything.
I was just involved in everything I could
Yeah.
put my hands to. And so that just really pulled out the best in me because she did not only teach us like steps and routines, but she mentored us.
Yeah.
So we would sit and talk and discover ourselves and conflict resolution. So that's what really helped.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of where you kind of inspired you to get to the books
Yes,
and everything because
yes.
you went. I mean, yeah, you were going through some things as we all do. Everybody goes through these times where they're
Right.
finding themselves and everything. So, but you figured it out though. You figured it out, and so you were on the drill squad. So for y'all who don't know, which most y'all should know, but a lot of people probably don't know. So yeah, explain to us about what does that entail, the drill squad?
I mean, it just entailed a group of kids who felt like they were seen. So we all came together and we created steps, line dances, performances. We would travel to each state, like different states, and win competitions. We were very,
Really?
very talented.
Come on.
Yeah, I wish we had like more phones back then, kind of, so we could capture, what we did. But a few things are still on YouTube, but it was awesome. It was a great experience.
So we go to YouTube. What we gotta look up?
Northside High School Drill Squad. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that just really inspired me to follow my dreams, like just go after my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you said you were very bubbly and everything like that. So, a good personality and whatnot. So, were you like I want to say, were you the captain of?
I was the dance team captain. For drill squad. There was like a strut we had to create. Yeah.
So she gonna do some of these moves for us later, because
I don't know about that, but I did do well with that. It was fun, and that's just a fraction of my story.
Yeah, we want to get into all of that.
God.
I mean, look, don't hold back, because I want people to know, when they go and they see, your books and everything and whatnot, and we're gonna get into more of where else you probably saw her, or you saw like a touch, what she had her hand in. You're gonna find that out later on as well. But people gotta know. I want people to know
the
about
backstory.
You and don't hold back.
Okay,
don't hold
perfect.
back. Yeah. So now you said so let me ask you this: when did you graduate from Northside?
I graduated in 2009.
In 2009, okay. See, my little brother was in 2010 from Karen Crow.
Yes.
You might have some of the same
friends, right?
He's quiet. He's not. He's breaking out of his shell now.
Yeah.
But he's not. He wasn't as outgoing as I am and everything.
Right.
So you maybe knew him, maybe don't. But we'll figure all that out and whatnot. So when you graduated high school, say you went to UL.
Yes.
So what made you go to UL?
Just my husband.
Come on.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was about to go to Clark University.
Yeah.
I applied and everything. I wanted to pledge, just go out, and I had my mind fixed on that. But in my transition from high school to going to college, I did get saved. So I renewed my faith in God, and I just devoted all of my attention to living for God, living for Christ. And so it caused me to stay out here locally. Right. I attended a church, and then he saw that light in me, and he transformed his life because we grew up together as best friends. So me seeing our dynamic at a young age, I was just getting out of high school, I was like, you know what, I need to stay because I feel like this could be something.
Right.
So I stayed, and I went to the school my parents went to, UL.
Come on. So you went to UL.
Yes.
So I don't know if you were like me, but it took me 5 years to graduate.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay, all right.
Not because of just wasting time, but because I went through trauma in delivery that held me back physically to finish school. Yeah.
Right. See, I was partying. That was my problem.
You was partying. I was just trying to get out, and then some things happened, and it held me back. But I'm glad I finished.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because you didn't give up. You kept going, and you finished and everything. And I know your kids looked up. They probably see well, my mom didn't stop.
Didn't stop. Right.
What you got your degree in?
Child and Family Studies.
Really?
Yes.
See, I didn't know that. See, this is why I'm doing it. Really?
But I'm not working in that field, but I kind of am
a
little bit because I'm going to schools, speaking to children and families, conferences, graduations, all of that. So I'm still kind of working in the field.
Right. What made you decide on that particular,
I don't know. I just love families and how, I was just drawn to that. At first I was going for teaching, and then I realized Child and Family Studies was what I was gearing towards.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So you wanted to be a teacher at first?
Yes. And then it led me to okay, well maybe not teach when I went to shadow, and I'm like, this is not exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
But it's something similar, just helping families in some way, because Child and Family Studies is broad. It's
Yeah.
So you could be a social worker, all that.
That's what I was thinking. So it's not just that.
Yeah, it's not just that. You can be a counselor in school, just whatever. Yeah.
See, yes, I can tell with you. I'm not surprised like by that as far as like you wanted to help, because I can definitely get that vibe from this indie spirit.
Yes.
I can definitely feel that. I didn't know that the teaching part though, for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess you did. Where did you go shadow at?
I don't remember. I think
It was that bad.
It
You
was
don't
just
remember.
bad.
It
I
was
just
that
like,
bad.
yeah, no.
It was that bad.
But
she
and then
remember.
also, I grew up in a home. My parents are teachers. So my mom is a teacher now at Karen Crowe.
What?
And then my dad taught for years. So just yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So it was like it was embedded in you.
Yes, embedded in me. Yes.
You gotta have some patience to be
Right.
a teacher, and then to be a teacher in high school
Yes.
with all these kids who are growing up and trying to find themselves.
Right,
Like my
right.
mama say, they smelling themselves.
Spells, right.
You know,
so I can mentor them. I can
Yeah.
help them out, but I don't know about teaching.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, shout out to the teachers and
Yes,
everything.
because that's a hard job, but
Very.
it's, you have to go into it like you have to be passionate about it.
Yeah.
And if I knew that wasn't it, then I wouldn't. I didn't want to waste time.
Right.
You
didn't wanna do
yeah.
that. Yeah. I can understand that. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't in the cards for you.
Right,
But
right.
like I always say this too. Like the destination remains the same. So you took an exit,
Yes.
and you went to teaching,
Yes.
and then you're like, nope,
No,
that's not it.
this is
So
not it. Yeah.
So you got back on the road and you kept going.
And
That's
I'm
good.
big on that with like your purpose. So like if it just doesn't fit, don't force it. So if something doesn't fit as far as a career or something that I may be involved in, I'm just gonna not do it if it doesn't make sense for my purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now I didn't get to ask this, but I mean, because now I'm finding out with your parents and teachers and everything.
Yeah.
So do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have two brothers. An
brothers?
older brother, his name's Sean, and a younger brother, RJ.
So not only you the only girl, you the middle.
Middle child.
Wow. So you were like the Jan Brady,
Yes.
being the only girl.
The only
so,
girl just in the middle.
Yeah. Did you like your brother rough you up or anything like
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes, they did. They gave me
Man.
some tough skin, helped
Right.
me. Yeah.
Well, because you played soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing. What is there anything that you don't do? Anything that
I don't sing, but I think I can a little bit. But yeah. But
don't
other
sing?
than that, I feel like I'm the jack of all trades. Like
Yeah.
I can do a lot of things, but I don't like to brag about myself.
But you should.
But I do.
At least today.
Right, today.
Yeah.
For the episode.
Right.
But I do have many talents.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, come on, let's hear it, because there's some things that I know I don't know. I may not be able to touch
Right,
on. So
okay.
please let me know. Like I do this, I do that.
So a lot of things I feel like I discovered through growing and learning myself, like finding love for myself. I've always enjoyed writing poetry or just writing
Yeah.
whenever I have quiet time, but I never thought that it would take me to this level of being an author.
Right.
I'm a person where if I think something in my mind that I could do it, I'm just gonna do it, put it out there, make myself embarrassed. I don't mind making
Yeah,
myself
right,
embarrassed
right.
because I feel like if I love something, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So if it's to get in the studio and start rapping, having fun, like I've done that.
Come on. What? You was
Yeah,
rapping?
like rapping. It was like a little Christian rap. If there's a dance I need to do, I'm gonna go out do it. If
Yeah.
I have to speak in front of 4,000 people, I'm gonna do it. I'm just not afraid to put myself out there.
Right.
So, but that could be a blessing and a curse
Yeah.
because, I have so many talents, but it's like, how do you hone in on what is the thing that you're
Right.
really supposed to be
Right,
doing?
yeah, what you on here on
yes,
earth
Yes,
for.
because I can dance, I can have fun, I can entertain. I also was a mentor for young girls in high school. I had my own nonprofit.
Yeah.
And so it was just amazing seeing their growth. I'm still connected to them.
Right.
And so I just took time with them each month, and we had sessions, we had girl talk, we went on trips, and it was just a great thing that
That's
I'm
amazing.
probably gonna do in the future when I get things more settled. But
Right.
yeah, that was an awesome time in my life as well.
Wow.
So yeah, like I have many talents, but the main thing I can say, the sum of it all, is doing what I'm passionate about is what I'm using to drive me forward.
Right.
So like writing and speaking is my main things right now. That's what I enjoy because I can tell a story and kids can resonate to it, or adults, because I have an adult book coming out. I'll mention
Wow.
that soon.
Yeah.
But like people can resonate with a book, and my stories, like you said, in rhyme. I'm not a rapper.
As the rapper, that was the rapper. That was the
but
rapper
I do
part.
be spitting bars.
Yeah, I was about to say bars. Yeah, we can go to the studio
we
later.
spit a little bars.
Yeah.
But through writing
Right.
and poetry and stuff. But yeah, I just enjoy being creative and not keeping myself in a box.
Right.
I don't feel that anyone should be in a box. So I'm putting myself out there in different ways so that people can see that you can do it too. Like, you don't have to be just so structured into one area.
Right.
Like we were taught growing up. You have to pick a career. You have to know what you're going to do, and that's it. Stick with it.
Right.
Well, I am a person that I'm always going against the odds. And I know that it's not always easy, but it has taken me far, and it's going to continue to take me further because I'm not trusting in myself. It's God.
Yes.
He's guiding me. And I'm going to trust my gut, you know, whenever it comes to making decisions and stuff like that.
You on it. Like, and I've had, you know, shout out to Miss April because she told me this. She was like, your mind and your heart, you know, can play tricks on you, but your stomach, when you eat something and your stomach don't like it, it lets you know. So trust your gut.
You have to trust your gut.
Trust your gut. So I got to ask you this, though. I mean, I know you said you know, you wasn't that much of a rapper, but
oh my God,
you had a name though. What was your name?
I don't even remember. It was the one song. I was a one-hit wonder. We performed it in church.
I'm pretty sure that now where y'all recorded?
Yeah, we recorded it in my cousin's studio. That's what I'm saying. I really am childish. Like, I could cut up. But yeah, we had moments. I was young, 22, probably 23. Come on. Yeah.
Dropping bars.
Yeah.
In there, doing some ciphers and
just
everything.
Having fun, you know? Yeah.
So that, I guess right now, you know, all I know, Kendrick and Drake, with that beef they got going right now, y'all better be happy she not doing it no more. Because she would wreck it for me.
I don't know about wrecking them, but I would probably, do a little something. I can make a dance to it though.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, if you need a dance to all the diss tracks, I got you.
All that, because you do it all. The dancing, So I'm gonna ask this because you said about poetry and everything. When did you just, like, in your mind, like, I want to write? Like, were you a young kid or
no? What, the books you're talking about?
Oh, poetry and all that.
Oh yeah, that was when I was a young kid, just doing that, writing. You know, when you're bored, you don't have nothing to do at your grandma's house, you just writing. So
I can tell you that was.
I
was bored.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
Like, man, let me
See
write
me, I would be writing and just just bored. We grew up in the country in Jeanerette with my grandma, so we would just go to the house, dance, sing, whatever. You know, so creativity I think it comes out of play. Yeah. And when whatever it is that you're drawn to and having fun with as a kid, that may be something that you can do now as an adult, you know, that you just don't even realize. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So you were doing that in the country. So do you still remember like the first poems you wrote? Or
no, I have a horrible memory when it comes to details. So no, but I did write.
You're still doing it though. Right. You know, so do you find yourself doing more like books now or poetry, or is it anything that just comes
whatever
to mind?
Comes to me, because I'm not an expert, you know, like I'm still learning as I go, but I do take time. I'm starting to take time where I can intentionally be quiet so I can hear what to put on paper, you know? So with the book, the It's Just Hair book, it came about by me getting off of social media for 30 days. I was just in my kitchen cooking and I heard God just tell me, just take a break, take some time off of social media specifically. Right. And I did that. And then the ideas came the first night. I read it to my husband. I was like, let me keep going. And then by the time I finished, it was like a poem. And he was like, no, this is a book. And so Hakeem really encouraged me to make it into a book. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. This is amazing.
And then it's about my 2 daughters. So, yeah.
How did you, let me ask you this, how did you do the whole get off social media thing? Because in today's world,
it's so hard.
Yeah.
So I'm a person that, like, I'm obedient more than anything. So once I felt that it was time to just take a break, I just deleted the apps. And then the first few nights is when the ideas came for the book, and then more things came, and me just finding things that I enjoy outside of the distractions of social media. So it really was I feel like it's important to do that throughout the year. Mm-hmm. Take breaks intentionally so you can hear, from if whatever your faith is, or you could just discover new things about yourself when you're not so distracted. But it is hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard, but it helped.
But I mean, you did it, so it's possible.
It's possible,
yes. So like whenever you actually did that, you disconnected and whatnot. When you did that, like how would you like sit, because we got the fireplace right there.
Yeah.
Would you like when things come to you, like where you sleep? Because I know sometimes at night for me, I wake up.
For the kids, like I'm a mom and my kids are all over. So once it's quiet in the house and I went to sleep, I couldn't go to sleep.
Right.
The ideas just didn't let me go to sleep.
Yes.
So I started writing in my notes in my phone, and that's how I wrote the book. Just right there in the Google Docs. Yeah, I just would put it there. Anytime I would get an idea, I just started writing.
Yeah.
And then it just flowed it was just a good flow.
Wow.
Yeah. In about a week, it was finished.
A week?
About 4 days, the book was done. Yes. Now, the characters took about a year to complete the book because I took photos of each character in my studio at the time. Yeah. And then I submitted it to illustrators in Ukraine, and they digitalized it and made it into cartoon form for me. H.H. Pax is the illustrator of that book.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Before I forget, because I don't want to forget, like, I'm going to bring it up again. I'm going to try, but where can they find this? Because I don't want to forget.
So my website, chantellzenon.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all heard it right now, all right? Because I don't want to forget. I already told y'all
my first
memory
and last
ain't the best.
name. Yeah.
There you go. Man, this is amazing. And so Ukraine.
Yes. A group in Ukraine, illustration company. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And my little girl loves the book.
Yes,
She loves the book, and I know she's read it to our youngest, her little sister.
Sweet.
So when she sees this one,
she's gonna be like, oh, it's a sequel. Yeah.
Yes. That's amazing though. So you did that 30 days, and it took you a week to do this. A week.
But about a year to complete the whole project.
Wow. So let me ask, so how many years ago did you do this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's amazing. I can't get over that.
I know, it's so cute.
Like, did you have any pressure like on yourself to do another one? Like, is there any pressure?
I felt like it was a little pressure because people were like, okay, what's next?
Yes, that's right.
But I did take time, about a year and a half, to just do that when I didn't want to rush it.
Right.
So, I did feel a little pressure, but it's okay because it fueled me to get creative again.
Right.
And so I thought about an idea of Little Boy, which was, since my daughter's the main character, both of them, I was like, okay, I got to do one for my son.
Right, yeah.
So I intentionally made it for my husband, a dad teaching his son to appreciate the shoes that's on his feet, because not every kid has the option to choose and get new shoes every month. And so at the end of the story, you'll see the storyline is just basically about giving back.
Yeah. So where did the inspiration come? I know it's your daughters, but like the storyline, where did the inspiration
When
come?
I was a kid.
When you were a kid?
The same thoughts that I would have when I was in class. If you read the first page, it says, what is it? My hair. Why can't I get it to look right? This isn't fair. Beautiful long hair is all I see. I wonder why my friends don't look like me.
She's like, word for word right now, you're looking at it.
So those are the words that I would think about in class, because when I was in elementary school, the only Caucasian, black.
Yeah, I was.
With a lot of,
yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So
it just kind of, it made me feel a little out of place.
Yeah.
But it also, it was a good experience.
It was, for me as well too, so I went to a private school from 4 years old to 14.
Right.
Being the black boy in a certain grade or class for X amount of years until, I had my older cousin was a year ahead of me, then, I had some friends younger than me and whatnot, but still being right. It's just you and trying to fit in.
It's kind of hard sometimes.
Right.
Right.
I know exactly what you mean. And I'm not saying that my friends did that.
Right. It wasn't, I don't think at that time it was the kids are intentional,
right.
To feel like out of place. But when it's just, I think it's inevitable when you're around, like, it doesn't mean anything wrong, but it just means that, that's just the circumstance. I was the only black girl with a lot of Caucasians around, and I saw beautiful hair, and I'm like, oh my
I
God,
want my hair like
why
that.
didn't see my hair like that?
Right.
So I'm sure those thoughts go through other kids' mind, or even whenever you see kids bullying other children in
Right.
school. So I try to make the books to help, stop, bullying as well.
Right.
So the storyline can teach you a lesson at the end of the day.
Right. That's true. Because bullying.
For shoes, for sure too. It's
Yes.
like,
That's
come,
one, and
yeah.
that's stuff. And I want to say, like, going back to the social media thing, I think that kind of added on to the bullying and everything as
It
well.
did, yeah.
So I know some parents. I'm not judging anybody.
Yeah.
But I know some parents. They have their kids get on social media at a younger age.
Yes.
Than my wife and I would like our daughters
Oh
to
yeah,
get on.
yeah.
But
I can't. Not right
yeah,
now. Oh, no.
it's atrocious right now with
Yes.
how mean these kids can be and whatnot. But it's a learned trait. I'm not saying they learn from their parents, but they learn from social media and whatnot. So yes, I do know what you mean though. But when do you think that you grew into your skin? Like whenever you were like, the confidence came up for you to where you're like, okay, this is how I was when I was younger, but now like, this is who I am today.
It took a lot of when I hit 30 years
30?
old.
Yeah.
Because I was in a place in my 20s, still discovering myself. I was in religion, not
Yeah.
really relationship with God. So I was following rules and customs that were at the church that I was at the time. And so I really didn't know myself. I really was just going with the flow of what I thought you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like not knocking any religion
No,
or anything.
I know what you mean,
But
though.
like, I long skirts, no earrings, no makeup.
Yeah.
It was a time of separation for me from my family. I took time away from Lafayette. I moved to a small town.
Come on.
Yeah, my husband and I. And so we learned a lot through that though, because if I didn't go through that period, I wouldn't know what it's like to have discipline and structure. So it did teach so many values. But once I got out of that and came back home, and I realized I had like this awakening that if I just embrace who I am as a whole, just as I am, I know that God will guide me. And so
Absolutely.
his love for me helped me to rediscover myself. Because I realized I didn't have to do all of that
Yeah,
to get
right,
his approval
right, yes.
or to get his love from me. I could be my quirky self. I could be goofy. I could dance.
Yeah.
I could have fun and still love God.
Right.
So that's the place. So it took a lot of self-discovery, a lot of me going, I went on a self-care trip, learned a few things about myself, and just really took time to say, okay, I've been doing everything for people all my life, a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Making sure I check all the boxes, and that didn't get me anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
Your
just
cup was
miserable.
empty.
My cup was empty. So I just started to fill my cup. And
Yeah.
then that just grew me into my own skin. And so now you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah. That's right. Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, though. I was
Yeah.
the same way, and
Yeah. Sorry, my dog is
no,
probably
that's
cutting
fine.
up back there.
Mocha out
Yeah,
here.
my puppy, he's
Yeah,
probably wanting
Mocha
to
out
come.
here. He trying to get in. It's cool. We'll let him in. Don't worry about it. But I'm with you though, because I was the same way, to where I used to care about what people thought
Yeah.
and what they said, and maybe they were saying some things, maybe they weren't. But in my
Right.
mind, I
Yeah.
was worried about it. But for me, when I was in high school, I started, having different friends that came from different areas, in life and everything. And when I got to college, that's when I really
Yeah.
became who I am and stopped caring
So much. Yeah.
Because to this day, I always tell people, like, if you helping pay my bills or anything like that,
Right.
I don't care what you think or say about me.
Right.
Now, if you pay a bill for me, then I'll go
That's
ahead
different.
and do that. Then
Yeah.
you can have something to say and everything. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
You good. But that's great though. And you've grown.
Yeah.
And look, we're about to go ahead and because we're going to get more into it. This is going to be the end of the first part, all right? Because we're going to the second part. We're going to go and get into the family, because I know that was a big influence for her and everything like that. And then we're going to get into where you guys right now, I know everybody all over the world is doing this because of her. So we're going to get into that. We'll catch y'all on the next one, all right? Tim signing out. Chantell Zenon. We're going to see y'all on the next one.
See you. Hey guys, this is Chantell Zenon with Louisiana on Fire today. And if you're looking to find me, you can go on chantellzenon.com, www.chantellzenon.com.
What's up, Louisiana? Thanks for watching another episode of Louisiana on Fire. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Oh, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified for the next episode.